What's going on, guys? I'm going to show you guys the blueprint step-by-step of how to launch your own software as a service or SaaS company. Watch this. Now, quick disclaimer. This video is not going to go over how to build the software itself. You can either do that by yourself, hire somebody, partner with somebody, which is really recommended. But I'll do another separate video about how to kind of build it yourself and different tactics to kind of go about it, finding the right partners. But for right now, we'll just assume that that's happening already. Stage one, the first thing people think about it, what's your, MVP or proof of concept or minimum viable product? Now, one caveat here is people like to think that this MVP is shooting for the stars. It is not. Pick the features and the scope of the project to make sure that it matches what your customer needs, provides value on, and that is being willing to be paid for in its current state. Now, you have to be honest with yourself. How does it compare with competitors? You can't do that just yet. Now, having a differentiation point is perfect, but for right now, don't worry too much about the competitors. Just get yourself to a point in which you have something that other users could test, provide you feedback on, and they get some value out of. That's step one. Once you've gotten that list created, build whatever you need to, partner with whoever you need to, but stick with stage one. It's okay to have stage 2 through 5 if you want to, but have stage 1 as your starting point. I cannot stress this enough. If you scope creep or let too much stuff roll into your first project, take it from somebody who has already done that and it's caused a lot of problems. Start simple, add more later. Now, while development's happening, have a basic website that shows a little bit more about the product. Again, this is assuming you don't want to be entirely stealth mode. You don't want anybody else knowing about it, but if you want to try to gather beta users, which is what I would recommend, you'll need a basic website, some basic keywords that you're aiming for your product, for your niche. In case what the product will do, whether it's mock screenshots, whether it's no screenshots at all, it's entirely up to you. But have something where users can sign up to learn more and be part of the beta test. That is the first thing I do. That website is up before code even touches being worked on. You just want to make sure you're gathering those users, because those are users who are actively excited about the thing. They're waiting for it. They want a chance at either getting it for free as a beta user, some sort of, any number of reasons of why. The important part is they're waiting on you to get the product launched. And that is a great place to be when you launch, is to have a bunch of people lined up ready to try it right now. So get that beta page up and get it rolling. So MailChimp is generally what I use. It can get expensive later, but in generally speaking, you can try it for free up to like 500 contacts or so, which by the time you've gotten to that point, I think it'll be okay to, invest the $20 for the first 10,000 contacts. So generally speaking, budget for about $20 for that at some point down the line once you get ready to rock and roll. Part of why you build your initial page is you start ranking and indexing in Google. So it gives you a little bit more oomph when you're ready to launch. You're already creeping up in the rankings, you're already there. You may even be number 1 by the time it happens. And in our case, for some of our other software, we have been number 1 for the keywords we're looking for due to a few other things further down this blueprint. But you're able to, you can get number 1 ranking before you've even launched, and that's the best place to be. The next stage at the same time as this is start getting your social media accounts ready. Even if you're not really posting on anything just yet, get them created, get the name locked down, because once your beta page starts getting public, people start understanding what you're doing. There are snipers out there that will try to grab the domain names or usernames closest to your brand and everything else. So generally speaking, try to get those at least signed up and set before you start. On the common ones, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, doesn't matter, YouTube, if that's part of your process, just get them all out of the way now. So the one thing you want to do is keep your audience entertained, as well as bringing in new audience. And this is done in 2 ways. One is you want to create 1 blog post a week, maybe every 2 weeks, depends on how active you want to be about it, but you're going to want to try to get at least once a week. And now this is helpful content related to your niche. Like if you're in a woodworking niche, how to make a specific type of chest, or how to make the right cross section between what, like, it doesn't matter. Your goal is to provide the value that helps you start ranking more, helps those blogs start ranking more, gives you more authority in the niche that you're aiming for and the keywords you're aiming for, but it also provides the value to your potential customers. And you're always leaving yourself open to link back to, oh, our software does this. Sign up to join, to be the first to be notified when it launches, right? So you're giving yourself multiple avenues. But that's one half. Now the other half is when you release those blogs, you want to send out an email to all of your beta signups, all your email subscribers that have joined through the front page. That is critical. They're not going to know about it until you tell them, because it's not going to index into Google and be front page, front and center, and they may or may not have searched for that exact term. So you want to make sure every new blog post, you're sending out an email. Anytime you have a big update as milestones, you've gotten X features done, you've got screenshots that you can share, show those out to your potential customers. Get them excited, keep them working for it. And at this point, when you're doing your blog posts or, every few days or so, you'll want to make sure you post something on your social media platforms, even TikTok videos and YouTube shorts, things like that. You could have as like movable static images to kind of showcase it. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy to start with. Just get the ball rolling and keep consistently updating your customer base on when things are coming, because when that helps gain more traction, people share, people talk about it, especially if you offer, when you get a little closer, some giveaways and things like that, it'll really ramp up your launch. This is entirely up to each person, but generally speaking, you'll want to have some affiliate program, especially if you're a subscription software or you're a higher ticket sales type of software. You want to be able to offer an affiliate in some way. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. The first is you could do an affiliate platform that you're attached to, like ClickBank or Tapfiliate or anything else like that. Tapfiliate's more of use their platform, they sign up, and you trigger something off on your end when somebody signs up with that link. A little bit code intensive. They try to make it as seamless as possible, but it's got its quirks. You could build an affiliate program yourself, which is perfectly fine. If you already have a developer building the app, it's probably not a big addition, but it is part of the process. Now, the easiest way to kickstart it and not be super development heavy, is going to be ClickBank. Now, ClickBank has a huge client base of people constantly looking for the new thing that they want to be an affiliate of, especially if you offer kickbacks per month. Let's say if your service is $10 a month and you're giving them, 40%, that's $4 a month per user that they will get indefinitely as long as that user is subscribed. Now, since ClickBank handles all the funds, and this is the key, they have to handle the funds, the transaction, so they can pay out their affiliates, then you're basically good to go at that point. So designing whether or not you want to do that early is going to be vital for when you launch. And the platform you utilize, the more base they have for their customers, the easier it is for them to get affiliates. When you hit a certain point where your product is now technically testable, it might still have some bugs or some issues here or there, but it is a workable demo that people could use and get some level of value out of, even if it's not a significant amount. You want to start opening it to your beta testers. Even if it's not everybody, even if you open it up to the first, 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, depending on the size of your email list at the time. Open that up and start getting feedback. Don't charge them for it, just give them free access. Let them play with it, let them get the value. It will cost you a little bit of money depending on what service you're offering, but you want to get some feedback from them. Now, in consulting-based companies, etc., it's a little different, but for SaaS, try to get them to play with the demo of the product, get feedback, because they are your most vital points of information before you launch. So once you've gotten your initial beta testers, 10, 15, 20 beta testers rolling, they've given you feedback, adjust that feedback into your MVP for your final, first stage launch. It's okay at this point. Maybe you'll have new features that have come out. Maybe you'll have new features you never thought about going in the next stage after. So adjust with the same expectations we talked about in the first step. and make sure you're taking their feedback into consideration. Good, bad, ugly does not matter. Make sure you take it and you take it to heart, because they're not telling you, they're spending their time to tell you this. It's for a reason. Now, you're ready to launch. You've adjusted for your MVP. Everything is ready to rock and roll. About 2 to 2.5 weeks before you launch, build up hype on social media, posts, emails, blogs. If you have influencers that you're working with, get them to start posting. You want this thing to be everywhere a week or two before you go. Run some small Facebook ads if you need to, Google ads if you need to, Facebook ads, TikTok ads. Whatever you need to do to kind of pump it in front of people. You can do it organically, you could do it paid. It doesn't have to be a significant amount, just enough to keep people aware of this thing is coming, this thing's coming, this thing's coming, next, day 5, day 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the day you launch. You'll kick out your launch emails, your launch social post, a launch blog. You're ready to rock and roll. Now, when you launch, I highly recommend giving some sort of discount to new users. 20%, 15%, 10%, 50%, first month free, up to you. Have some sort of incentive for them to not only try it, but to when they purchase, they've got a good way to incentivize staying for longer periods and try it out a little bit more. Really get the full feature of that, and having 20% off, 30% off is a good way to do it. Now, if you've done this right, you could have 1,000 to 10,000 different people on your email list that you're sending it out to, and 10%, 5% of that is a good starting base. A lot of people struggle just to get to their first 100 users, let alone their first 50 or 10 or 100 or 1,000. You can really kickstart yourself very fast with the number of users using your software overnight when you do this. All of this seems like a lot of steps, but when you put it together, it's a very easy blueprint to follow, and it is effective. It has worked on every platform I've ever launched, and the lowest amount of users I've ever launched software with doing this method was right around 4,000. Again, and some of those I didn't pay for any ads. They were all organic. It was all reaching out. It was all posting the right blog posts, the right emails, the right Facebook groups, Reddit pages, things like that. So, like I said, the lowest was 4,000, the highest was 15. And that's on day 1. So it's just a matter of following the blueprint and doing it the right way. But if you guys have anything else, let me know. Thanks. Have a good one. Like, comment, and subscribe.